23 piercings and I've had 25 at one point in time. The first piercing that I ever got was my lobes, and I got them pierced 3 times, I think, when I was a child, and then kept getting infected, so I got them pierced like several times after that as well. But they're my first piercing. It's just this one right here with the big dangling feather. I'm sure everybody has a lobe piercing. It's really little pain. I don't even remember. I was so young. If you don't have it, what are you doing? Okay, so for some context, I went through a big rebel phase when I was a teenager, and I ended up piercing my ears by myself with safety pins and other sharp objects, which I do not recommend at all. I was crazy for that. Cannot stress enough, do not do what I did. I was a lunatic of a child. So let me show you what I pierced. I don't know exactly what chronological order there were, but most of them are like lobe piercings going up into the cartilage. So I'll show you what I did do myself, and then I'll show you what I got professionally done, and I'll rank the pain. After I got my lobes done, I got my second lobe at the same piercing salon where they did it with a gun, which is also not very good. I highly recommend going to a professional piercer who knows what they're doing and getting it done with a needle, because it's less painful, causes less trauma to the cartilage, to the bone, to your ear itself. Less things can go wrong. So don't get it done with a gun, and most definitely don't do it yourself with a safety pin. So I got that second one done, and then I got my third one done. My third, my fourth, and my fifth. My fifth one is actually cartilage. Now, if you're a cheapo like me and you're wondering where I got all my jewelry from, it's actually from Pennies. Sorry. I think 1 or 2 of them are actual silver that I got from like an Irish pop-up shop, but the rest is just Pennies. I cannot afford to buy nice jewelry for all 23 of my piercings, I'm sorry. But in terms of pain, I think the first 4 piercings that are lobe, I'd say like a 3 out of 10. I also have a stacked lobe. It's like 2 piercings, and then I have 2 piercings on top of them. My lobe 1, lobe 2, stacked 1, stack 2. So that's 4, 5, 6. And then the 7th one is cartilage. I have 6 lobe piercings on each ear. So 4, 2 stacked lobes, and then 2 more on top of them. So all of those, pain scale is like 3 out of 10. Does not hurt that bad. All my lobes, they take about a month and a half, I'd say, to heal. Okay, moving on, I have this cartilage and this cartilage as well. These 2 cartilages I've also done myself. It's a lot more painful because you're actually piercing through bone. You're piercing through cartilage, which motherfucking hurts. And if you're a deranged little fucking teenager like I was, stabbing through your ears with safety pins, infections are a rise. I think every single one of my piercings has gotten infected, even the ones that I did professionally. And this is not a testament to me not cleaning my piercings. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe I'm just like a lazy cunt and I don't clean them. I think if you're gonna get your piercings, just expect them to get infected. Like, it's just part of the process. It's part of the lifestyle, if I'm being honest. Even now, like when all of mine are healed, last week I just had a flare up on my rook and it was like, what the fuck? Like, you've been there for 2 years, now you're deciding to flare up. You have to deal with it. Let's talk about my most painful piercing ever, and it's this one that I actually got professional jewelry for. This is my Daith. It looks really cute. Like, it looks really, I don't know, badass because it's kind of noticeable, and I got professional jewelry, and I had to get the jewelry changed as well. I had to pay €5 for it to get changed because there's no fucking way I was changing that myself. It took like 6 months to heal, and the cartilage ones I'd say heal in like 6 months as well. 3 to 6 depends on you. For me, it took 6 months. For the Daith, I think it took like 8 months to a year to heal. Let's Google how long it takes because I honestly don't remember. Okay, so it says 6 to 9 months, so it must have been 6 to 9 months. I'm sorry if you can't tell, I got my piercings done a long time ago, so I do not remember. This is my most painful piercing by far. I'd say it was like a 8 out of 10. I could hear it crunching through my bone because like if you look closely at the Daith, it's in such an awkward position and you have to stab that piece of cartilage, and then the piercer uses this weird curved needle, and the whole process was kind of pretty bad, and they just like stabbed it and I could hear the crunch. It's like when you're getting your teeth drilled, you know, and you can hear them drilling your teeth but you can't feel it, but it still feels gross. This is when you can hear it and you can feel it. So it fucking hurt, and the healing process was kind of arduous. Oh, and another thing that nobody mentions, I did not know when I got this piercing done, was that I couldn't wear earphones. Like, honestly, it kind of makes sense. Like, it's in your ear. Couldn't wear earphones for a while, which was really annoying. So I had to buy headphones. So just keep that in mind. That's all of my piercings on my left ear done. 9 piercings on this ear. Let's go to the right ear. I'm not gonna point out the piercings individually because it's on my right ear and I cannot see it and I can't look at the viewfinder, so I have no idea what I'm looking at. I don't even know what I'm pointing at. I also have 9 piercings on this ear as well. It's the same process as the left ear. I have 6 lobes, so 2 stacked lobes, normal lobes, and then 2 lobes going up the ear. Then I have 2 cartilage piercings. I think my ear anatomy is a bit different. The lobe ones are cartilage because they go 1, 2, 3, 4 cartilage piercings that I did myself. Then I also have a rook, which was my second most painful piercing. The rook and the daith I got done professionally on my ears. Everything else I did myself. The rook piercing, I just had a flare up with it like last week. Pretty arduous to heal. I'd say like 6 to 10 months as well. Rook pain scale was also an 8 out of 10. I have not changed the jewelry. I changed the jewelry on my daith. I haven't changed the jewelry on my rook yet. I just cannot find any cute jewelry. That's all my piercings on my ears. I have 9 and 9, so that's 18 piercings on my ears. Let's talk about my nose piercings. I've actually never seen my nose in that angle. Very strange. I have 3 nose piercings. I have a septum piercing, of course, very typical. And then I have 2 stacked nostril piercing. God knows, I don't know the terminology. The first one I got done was like 3 years ago now, and then 2 years ago, and then 1 year ago as well. So let's talk about the first nose piercing I ever got. It's this one. It's the one with the ring. Pain level was a 6 out of 10. Nose piercings kind of hurt because the skin is really thick on your nose and it feels like somebody punched you in the face. He gave me a tissue because he's like, oh, you're gonna cry. And I was like, as if I'm gonna fucking cry. Come on. Do you see my ears? And I was humbled because a tear did slide out my face. You can't control it. It just happens. So 6 out of 10. Second nose ring was also a 6 out of 10. Typical nose ring. It took a while to heal, like 4 or 5 months. I don't know, like my piercings heal a bit quicker than the average person because when I googled how long it takes piercings to heal, it says like 6 to 9 months, but I think my piercings were healing around 4 to 5. I don't know what that means. I have a great immune system. Although keep in mind my piercings have gotten infected like a lot of times. I suffer in pain. My septum piercing was the least painful nose piercing. It was, I'd say, like a 5 or a 4 out of 10. Not bad. Healed really quickly. Looks really cute. I want to again find cute jewelry. My nose piercings are really like ugly. Septum and 2 nose rings. Okay, let's talk about the piercings that I did have but I do not have anymore. I had an eyebrow piercing here on my right eyebrow. Let's see if we can still see the scar. I think we kind of can. Yeah, you see that patch? That was my eyebrow piercing and thank God I took that out. It looks really cute. I might put up a photo of me with my eyebrow piercing. Sometimes I miss it, but oh my God, it was so infected. Pus was leaking out. It would bleed. It was drooping down my face. Like it was so infected. The weight of the jewelry was just like pulling my eyebrow down. And I've never given up on a piercing before. I was like, no, you know, like we can heal it. Like even when my piercings are like insanely infected, I will fix it because I'm not fucking wasting my money because piercings are like 25 euro per piercing. They're expensive. Can you imagine if I did fucking 16 piercings myself? Oh my God, I would be so broke. I had to just take the eyebrow piercing out. I don't know if we'll get it done or not. I don't know, I kind of like my face right now. Good for now. Then I also had a smiley piercing, huge disaster. I don't know, like trigger warning, if I put this photo up, I might not. Basically what happened was push a swing, it flew into my face, hit the smiley piercing, which hit my tooth, which knocked it out completely. And it busted up my face, busted up my lip, busted up my eyebrow. And I had to remove the smiley to get my x-rays done and all. And I also did the smiley myself. By the way, I think I pierced it 3 times with the wrong jewelry, with the wrong equipment. It was really bad. Take it from me, do not pierce your own smiley yourself. Do not pierce anything yourself unless you actually know what you're doing. And I did not, so that was kind of bad. So now that tooth is fake because of the smiley. I have another face piercing, which is my tongue, and I don't know if you can notice it when I was talking. Tongue piercing was, I'd say, 5 out of 10. The healing process was kind of pretty bad for me. I think I had a bad experience. I didn't think I went to a good reputable piercer because I was 16 when I got my tongue pierced, and in Ireland you have to be 18. Me, in my little rebel phase, I went to this very sketch place that didn't ID me and they pierced me, and that experience was kind of terrifying. They like had these pliers kind of looking things and they pulled my tongue out and clamped them, and this other guy was staring down my face as well. I think the piercer was training him. They had this fucking humongous needle and they just stabbed it through my tongue, and I was terrified and it started bleeding and all. And I think maybe, I don't know, like I googled a lot, I searched things up, but I think they might have pierced my tongue wrong because when it was healing, the piercing started sinking inside my tongue because my tongue was so swollen. I don't think they gave me a long enough bar, so I had to like makeshift and improvise and cut out a piece of plastic from a bottle, cut a little hole, a piece out, slide it through my tongue piercing. And keep in mind, like my tongue was extremely swollen. I had a lisp, I couldn't really speak, and I had just gotten a new job. They were like, what the fuck's wrong with this girl? Like, why can't she speak? And I was like lisping all over the place. Yeah, it was really bad. That lasted for like 2 weeks, that lisp, plus the sinking into the tongue. So I had to put like a plastic barrier to prevent it from sinking into my flesh, and it would just like stay on the plastic. It's really weird and really uncomfortable. Finally, the swelling calmed down. Okay, the healing process, let's give it an 8 out of 10. It was kind of bad, but it only lasted for 2 weeks, and then after that, the tongue healed really fast, really chill. And I've had it for like 2-3 years now. I specifically asked for them to place it back so you couldn't really see it when I'm talking. I'll have to laugh like ha 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 for you to see it because you can't see when I'm talking, and that's because I didn't want my parents to know because I was 16. I love my tongue piercing, it's so cool. 9 plus 9 is 18. 19, 20, 21, 22. 23rd piercing is my belly button piercing. which I think is pretty common. Everybody has it. Okay, this is my belly button piercing. I got it done with one of my best friends. It's like healed really, really well. And I have a cute little piece of jewelry, which is green because it's fucking cheap from Claire's. 100% recommend. If you want to get a piercing, get the fucking belly button piercing. Like, why wouldn't you? It looks so cute, so sexy, makes you look so snatched. Yeah, get it. The pain was like 4 out of 10, honestly, and the healing process for me, I've heard people have some bad experiences with their belly button piercings, but for me, it was 4 out of 10 as well. It was grand. Clean it here and there, and you're grand. That's all 23 of my piercings. My favorite one is my tongue, my belly button, my Daith. My 3 favorite piercings. They're just so cute. I love them. And maybe my nose ring, the one with the ring in it. Don't be a stupid girl and do all your piercings yourself. I know it saves money, but in the long run. Also, like, some of my lobes are pierced wrong. Like, the piercing doesn't go straight. It goes like angled. So if you don't want that, don't do it yourself. That's 23 of my piercings. Right.